All right, here we are in the hay barn, obviously, with very little hay left. That load's got to go somewhere, Reedsville, North Carolina, to be exact. That's owned by somebody. They just hadn't come got it all yet. Somebody's supposed to be buying that, and that over there, 50 bales, is owned by somebody. So that's all there is left. And we have decided to pour concrete in this building, which is going to really help with the dust in here. And I've been getting it ready. There was an 8-inch lip. Let's look at it over here. Shoot, somebody's calling me. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so where was I? Was talking about this footer right here. There's about 8 inches from the ground up to the top of this footer. And we poured this footer like this. Well, they always pour the footer like this, the people that put this building up, but it makes a good place to pour a concrete floor up too. But the problem is this is an 8-inch gap, and we're only pouring 5 inches of concrete with fiber in it. We got a good solid base here. We're not too worried about it cracking. So anyway, Jack is over there. What are you doing, Jack? What you find, buddy? He's a beagle. He's up under that straw. I'm sure he's looking for mice. Anyway, what I got to do, I've already done this section here where the 4066R is sitting all the way to the corner. A little bit ago, I was working on this section. The hay's going to stay for now, but I'm going to move this hay back here in this corner, and then I'm going to move all this round straw, and I'm going to move this equipment right here. I'm going to get all this right here ready in the next couple of days, or today and tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it's a good time to work on something like this. We're going to move this straw down to the other shed. So anyway, those are my plans, and then y'all can follow along and watch what we do. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is move this hay. We're going to put it back there in the corner where we already got it graded. Hopefully this thing can do that. This is a heavy load. I actually moved this with that little 4066 to where it is. I just moved it backwards about 10 foot. I mean, it was heavy, man. It's heavy for this little tractor too. But it does handle it better than the 4066. It did. Oh my, it won't lift it up no more. Of course, we're idling. This tractor is rated to pick up 3,500 pounds, and it will pick up 3,400 pounds. I picked up one of those ditch compactor rollers one time, and it stamped on it 3,400 pounds. So it did pick that up. All right. Roll this thing right back into the corner. Here we go. Almost there. Hopefully we won't block anything. I forgot my lasers over here, so I need to get it like way in the corner. What I'll probably have to do is move it once I start working where those round bells are, because it's going to block my laser, and I do not want to change where the laser is sitting, because I have it all set up where I want it. I don't want to change grades, you know what I mean? If I move my laser higher or lower, I'll have to move the receiver higher or lower on the skid steer loader. And you can see it sitting straight out in front of you there, or kind of to the left. It has a laser receiver. It's got a level best laser blade on it, and that's the best thing. It's sliced bread right there. All right, so this tractor is getting the spears put on it. I done put the front one on. And here's the rear one. I'm gonna put it on right quick. So we're gonna move them straw bales with the 47. And then I need to put the forks on the little 1026 up there. I don't know if you can see it, it's dark in the building. I'm gonna put it on. They're sitting up there. And I'm gonna move some pallets and baler twine with it, and then we can move the straw. We got to move a tedder and a bush hog to put the straw in. So I got a lot of moving to do. Got a lot of stuff to move. Okay, I got my forks on. These are Artilian forks. Hope y'all can hear me all right. Never tried this mic with on an open cab tractor. But I'm going to move some pallets outside. I love this little tractor for doing stuff like this. I keep it in this barn basically all the time now. It just works so handy in here moving pallets. It'll even pick up the big pallets. And then I have holes drilled in the forks on the front of these forks, where I can hook up the hay wagons to the fork on the front, and then you can back up a hay wagon a lot easier. You can pull the hay wagon in and out of the barn with it and have it hooked to the front where you can see what you're doing. You might can see those holes in it when you tilt it up like that. Anyway, I've got a pallet of baler twine in here I need to move. And then I got to go move a bush hog, which this thing can't pick the front of the bush hog up, so I can't attach it to the fork. But I got a hay tedder to move also, so I can move it. Snatch this thing up. Oh, what are you doing, Jack? This is a half a pallet of, I think this is about 40 bales of baler twine. Not balls, but bales. That means 2 bales, I think. No, it may only be 20 left. It might have had 40 on it, and I've used up half of it. Well, actually, not quite half. There's a couple on top there. Yeah, I think there's 10 on each layer, so that'd be right. There's 2 layers left, and there was 4 layers. So right now, I'm going to stick this right here next to the cedar, but I'll have to move this cedar. Well, you know what? Let's put it over here, because I'm going to be... Let's put it over here with the square baler. We're going to have to move this cedar in a few days. Maybe today or something. Maybe tomorrow. I may have to put it out in the rain tomorrow. I'll put it over here in front of the square baler. So I'm going to leave this side for a little while, and then once we get some of the board, I'll probably move this stuff to the other side. And I don't really want to put the square baler outside in the rain. There. Now we'll put this back over here. Probably put the bucket back on, or take the forks off and have nothing on it. I've been using the blade. I haven't been using the bucket really that much. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put the straw, and I've hooked to the, you can see my disc bind there to your right, the new one, but this is our lower shed, and I'm going to, there's already some straw down here, but this bay has some equipment in it because we cleaned it out. It was full of straw at one time. But anyway, I'm going to move this out of the way so we can put more straw back in there. And there's a tedder, but it was behind this, so the tether has to go out too, which I'll bring the little tractor down here. I don't know, I might hook this tractor to it. I guess. What in the world did I just break down? I scared myself. I didn't know that big hump was there. I guess that's where we push snow. I thought I'd run over my dog. He's a puppy, so I'm trying to watch out for him. There he is. He's right behind me now, so I gotta watch for him. He's about 6 months old. His name's Jack. He's sweet most of the time when I don't want to kill him. Sometimes he's just a pain in the butt. But that's okay. He'll grow out of that, hopefully. He's just a puppy. Okay. I may have to put a block of wood under the jack. No, it might be alright. So this may or may not be where we bury the dead bodies. But anyway, if you have one of these chrome tethers like this and you ever have to park it outside in the wintertime, even for a short period of time, you notice these caps might fall off of it and you're like, why did that happen? You go back to get it. Well, I figured it out. Here's the caps. They were full of water and then they froze and it pushed them off, which also expands this hub, which lets the bearing race spin, the outer race to spin freely in the hub. So I'm probably gonna have to buy new hubs for this thing. I mean, it's happened to me a couple of times. I normally keep it inside, but sometimes I ain't got room for it, so it has to sit out for a while. And I'm like, why the heck do these caps keep falling off? I put it on and they fall off again. Well, I caught it when it was still cold and the cap was full of ice, so then I knew what was wrong. So if you ever had that problem, that's what the problem is. Okay, so I finally got everything moved and I got the rear spear on this tractor. I guess I better watch where I'm going so I don't poke a hole in that big tire on that spreader. Oh, I ain't got the daggone roller moved out of my way yet though. I'll go ahead and move a few bales and I'll move it. I'm gonna put one on the front. I could carry two on the front. If these bales don't just plumb explode. These things are the most terrible bales I've ever messed with. I don't know who bailed them, but it wasn't me. They're smaller than they're supposed to be 4x5s. They're smaller than my bales, and they're not as tight. I don't know. Whatever. Probably bailed with John Deere or something. I had to give John Deere baler people a hard time. I like my New Holland baler. I know a lot of people don't like them, but it is reliable. It's been reliable for several years. We'll try picking up two. It may not like me. I may bust one, but I don't want to bust one, but stuff happens, you know. All right, I got two. I'm just gonna take my time. Go slow. Depends on how much net wrap they put on here, how good it's gonna hold up. Okay, here we go. Alright, so here we are back at the lower shed, putting this straw in there. I had to stop and pick up Jack. You see him? I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's between my legs. Crazy thing. I was driving back down here and he started barking at me, wanting me to stop. So I stopped. And he jumped up on the step, so I let him in. Now he's in here. He's probably getting tired of chasing me because he done made 2 or 3 trips up and down the hill. He's gonna go wherever I go. This was the bale off the back, so I'm going to stick it in there on top of those. I think there's like 15 bales or something like that. Okay, these are the last 2 bales. Once I get turned where you can see them. We'll run these down there, and then we got some straw to clean out of the barn. These things are kind of messy, falling apart, which don't make a lot of sense for net wrapped straw. Usually net wrapped stuff doesn't fall apart like this. I don't know what's going on with it. There's a lot of loose straw in this pile. My dog, he got back out of the tractor. He's running along behind me. Guess he got tired of sitting and looking out the window. I got out to move that roller, and he got out with me, and then he didn't want to get back in. That's fine. Be that way, Jack. I'm going to have to put these in one at a time because of the way that the stack is working out. I need one more on one level and one more on the next level up. So we'll get this one. It needs to go here, which I can't get over there where I need to be exactly, so I'm going to have to kind of do it from the side here. Come on. That ain't gonna work. Maybe it'll fall off on top of that. These forks are really short, which helps situations like this. But still, come on now. Get off there. Alright. This will be a pain in the butt. I guess I stabbed it too hard. Just barely get it. I tore the net wrap off the bale over here my tire's ripping on. That's why I can't get where I need to be. causing the failed side of me. Here we go. Finally coming off. There we go. That'll work. Where's the dog? Of course, he's right behind me. Stay out of the way, Jack. Alright, I'm going to get the last bale and stick it in there. Then we'll put the bush hog, or the John Deere rotor flex wing rotary cutter, technical term there. That's called a batwing bush hog, but I know it's not a bush hog brand. I'll get hooked up to that, put it back in there, and then go back to the barn and do some more working and grading. Okay, so I had a little bit more extra gravel here, and I was going to spread it on out with this is a Level Best box blade, and it's laser controlled, has a laser receiver up there, and it's picking up a signal from a laser sitting right there on that beam, and it works excellent. It's automatic, so it follows the laser light. When you drive, it raises it up and down. It's got a cylinder. It's got a cylinder on it right there, and it's got a control box right here that you can see whether you need to go up or down, which you can manually control it also. But the best thing to do is just put it on auto, and it takes care of itself. And this on a 333E John Deere, which we've had for several years. It's been a good skid steer. It's on its second set of tracks. These are fairly new. But anyway, if you remember that video I made of the John Deere 333G Smart Grade, this is, I guess, similar, but not really. I mean, this actually works really good. There's no washboards or anything, but it has these wheels on the front to help, you know, give it a longer, kind of like a motor grader, you know, and the way it moves up and down is probably a little more precise than using the tilt and then not having the wheels like that Smart Grade did. Of course, it was a GPS machine, which I think you can convert this. If you need this to be GPS, I think you can convert it, but who would want to spend $80,000 on putting GPS on a little box blade like this? But anyway, this thing works great for doing building pads, parking lots that are flat or dual slopes, because our lasers are dual slope, so we can set slopes, and the receiver will follow a slope. But yeah, this thing is super nice. We like it. It was I don't remember what it cost, but it was a lot cheaper than a Smart Grade skid steer. Anyway, I'm going to use it a little bit here, and y'all can watch. Okay, so now Dawson is riding on me. Hey Dawson, where are you going to be at? Right here? Can you get right there? There we go. You good? Okay. Now you can't be messing with all these levers and stuff, okay? Alright, and we'll turn it on. If the auto doesn't shut off, it looks like it has. Dang on it. We're gonna have to get out. Okay, Jack. Look out, buddy. Alright, so now the auto is on. I don't know why it shut off, but we got green light, and it will take care of itself. Push that gravel right out, and then once it's spread it out, which I think it's all spread out now, I just raise it up out of the laser, and then you can back up. Oh wait, problem. Okay. I did not have the hydraulics turned on, so that causes a problem. That means the blade was not doing what it's supposed to do. Now it is, though. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in manual mode and drop the blade down and back drag that pile I just made. I wondered why it wasn't ever smoothing out. And now I can put it back in auto.
Tractor.
Yeah, tractor. Dawson is a tractor man, let me just tell you. He is a tractor man. He talks about tractors constantly. Yes, that's Jack. So we've already spread all that gravel out. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of gravel there, but what we got to do now is clean out the big pile of straw. I'll show y'all more about this when I have more gravel in here, but this thing works really good. We're going to park it for right now and shut it all down. Me and Dawson are going to go do some others. We're going to go work on Dad's driveway, I think. So I just bladed up a little pile, and then I went on the other side of it, and I'm going to back drag it up. When we first got this thing, it was doing like two different levels. It wasn't level enough, and it was like when you go forwards it would cut one grade, when you go backwards it would cut another grade, and the box wasn't level. So we had to, I don't remember what we had to do to fix it. We had to move something. I think we had to put them spacers out there on the wheels. They were on the bottom. Yeah, tractor. We had to move them to the top and let the front wheels down. It seemed like the rear part of the blade was higher than the front part. Or the front part was higher than the rear part. It was one way or the other. Anyway, it's all on grade now, so what I had there is on grade, and all I got to do is roll it. So that's that. And I already worked in the corners with the little John Deere. Yeah, tractor. See, Dawson loves tractors. That's all he talks about is tractors. Even when we're at home, just sitting around, he talking about tractors. Right, Dawson? See, I'd rather ride a tractor than a skid steer. All right. Ready to get out? You want to ride a tractor? Uh-huh, okay. We'll go ride a tractor. Yeah. I gotta carry him around like a sack of potatoes sometimes. Oh. All right, buddy. We'll see y'all later.